Good morning. We have Rainbow the budgie here. He's waiting for his morning swim. So let's get his tray. And let's get his water. This is my personal preference. I like to boil water and cool it down. And this is kind of warm, so he has a warm bath. Is that good? Testing the water with his beak. Yes, that's very good. So go take your bath, or we say swim swim. I hope everyone's doing well. This is the continuation of a series, especially for people who are thinking about getting a bird. And this is going to be very informative. You have decided to get a bird and you want to be a bird owner. And this is really for people who's doing it for the first time. So I'm giving you extra information of what to expect in a new bird and as a bird owner. Now that you know that you want to get a bird and give it a go, where do you get one? Well, there's different places and different sources where you can get a bird. And I'm going to start with the least amount of money to the most expensive type of way of getting a bird. The obvious is if you happen to be so lucky to find a lost bird outside in your area and you're able to catch it, then you got a bird for free. Maybe you can get a bird from a neighbor that has a pair of birds and they have babies. So that's another way of getting a free bird. Or you can go to one of those bird sanctuaries or rescue place if you have it in your area. Not all places have it, but they might be an adoption fee and processing fee. So you can go there to find the bird. Or you can go to your local chain store that usually have like budgies, cockatiels sometimes, and conures, finches, and canaries. Even though they have a bad rap about being a local chain pet shop, if you find one that's decent, it's not bad. Rainbow here, I got him at our local Petco store. And I've been eyeing that store for over a year, watching the staff, how they interact with the birds. I got to know the staff for over a year. I even know their schedule of when they have delivery of the birds down to the hour. And that's when I got my budgie Rainbow. When I saw him, he was only off the truck for less than an hour because I visited the store every week. I observed how the store and the staff treat their birds, and I thought it was good. And I was waiting for the right coloring and the right gender to come in. And I got to know the staff so well, they told me when they get their delivery. So that's one good way of getting your bird. And another way is if you have a bird specialty shop near you, which I do too. They have all types of birds and they take extra care of all the birds. They have more species than the regular local shops because they're like the in between the breeder and the local chain stores. So that's a very good choice to make to get your bird from if you have one around you. And then of course there's the private breeders. They are the most expensive. Why? Because they hand raise and hand tame their birds before they give it to you. So when you get your bird, you might have to order it and wait for it to hatch, right? And then you gotta wait for the bird to be tamed. And then when they hand you over the bird, he's all nice and tamed. So that's the most expensive form to get a bird. How are you enjoying your morning swim? You are enjoying it, Rainbow. Look at your tummy. All wet. All dark feathers now. Let me pull away before you splash my camera. Yeah, you're having a great time. especially when the water is nice and warm. And you know what? It looks like you can use a toy in there too. Let's see if we can find one of your toys. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Throw a toy in them, in the tray, so they can enjoy the water more. He'll be in there forever, right? Now he's splashing more. Having a good time, right? Yes. Woo! Having a good time. But anyway, that's the different ways of getting a bird. And also, you have to prepare to get the accessory for the bird before you actually have the bird home. The bird cage and food and the feeders, all the accessories inside the cage. So when you get your new bird, everything's there. All you have to do is let your bird out of the box and go into his new home. So make sure you do your research on what size cage. And in another episode, I would be covering size cage, shape of the cage, and where to put the cage and all your accessories. Now that you know the different places where you can get birds, we're going to talk about what type of species. Make sure you have the room for it. The bigger the bird, the bigger the cage, and the more room it needs to fly around and play. You want to pick a species that you like its vocals. How do you know how the birds sound? Well, you can go online. There's a lot of videos of people's birds and different species. You can listen to how they sound like, because they may look very pretty on the outside, but once they let out that scream and squawk, you may not like the sound. Okay, so make sure you know how the birds sound and you enjoy listening to the bird, because they can be chirping and making vocal sounds all day long depending on the species. So take that into consideration. And certain birds are prone to certain things like plucking or liver disease or certain types of behavior. Like cockatiels are prone to have night frights. In my next episode, I'll be covering what accessories are needed inside the cage, how to pick your cage, how to place your cage in the ideal spot in your home. Thanks for watching.